All right, so this week on the channel, we've got Matt, and we're going to go through a little bit of his race because we followed him in the Ironman 70.3 in Geelong.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because we know since several weeks, like from Instagram and my YouTube channel, because when I'm training on the indoor trainer sometimes, then I also browse through YouTube, and Brody showed up and he did a pretty nice job because I'm a film and photographer by myself. So we had some similarities, and so we thought, okay, it would be a good idea that Brody is training me through my day in Geelong, and to just take you through this day. On this day, I changed a little bit into something in my preparation. So normally I do my warm-up run just before the swim, but on this day I decided to do my warm-up run straight before the breakfast. So it's important to be already awake 3 hours before the start so that all your body is ready for the race.
There was no way I was even considering waking up 3 hours before my Ironman. Then followed by brekkie.
Brekkie, and also for the brekkie, for example, it's important trying to get in just easy carbs. For me, it's the way to go. It's just white bread and honey or Nutella. Just something you feel comfortable on race day. Some people feel comfortable having a small porridge. So then we showed up at the race. It was still pretty cold on this day.
It was freezing. I'm from Melbourne and I know it's cold all the time, but
I'm from Austria, so I'm normally also used to colder temperatures.
But it was freezing.
We're living at the sunny coast and coming from the sunny coast down here to Victoria. It was like, oh my God, it was super freezing cold.
Yeah, it was really, really cold. It wasn't the best morning, I would say.
We're around 8 degrees in the morning. Then it just got serious around 7, 10.
Matt was one of the first people in the water. You were standing there with someone else contemplating whether you're going to go in or not.
So the sun was still not
it was still dark.
It was still dark, and when you do your warm-up swim in the dark water, you just see nothing. It's like maybe for all you Aussies, it's a thing you're used to, but for me it's like swimming in the dark water. It's in the morning. It's so bad. Like it's just a mental game to get it done and to do your warm-up swim and to stay relaxed and not cramping up and not getting sore. So but once other people joined, you feel way more.
Once you were in, a bunch of people went in, and then there was so many people swimming, warming up.
That was good. Have you already a strategy for a race if you do a warm-up swim?
But I haven't really thought much about what time I need to be in the water, what time I need to swim, what time I need to get out.
I think around 10, you should warm up swim around 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you hop out of the water as close as possible to your start, but you're having a rolling start.
Yeah.
So it's all about get the time right. Then we did start in the water.
So the low tide was too far out, and it was going to be too far of a run into the water, so they actually started in the water.
Yes. In water start is always a little bit more relaxed than like running into the water, because sometimes you will get some problems with the goggles or some rain. And so I think from the start you formed two groups, one on the left, one on the right. I was in the left group, and then these two groups came together after 300 meters. I was still in the bunch, but lost connection to the first group after around 400-500 meters, which was quite unfortunate. So I was leading the second group, and then it's just getting the gap was just increasing. So the front group went out of the water around 1.5-2 minutes before me. Which was like a little bit disappointing.
Came out of the water pretty quick running. We ran through transition.
And then it was time to hop on the bike, and I was just in the no man's land. Between the groups, so there was just one group in front of me, 2 minutes, and the second group behind me.
It was probably 2 minutes as well.
Yeah, way around 30 or 45 seconds, and I was like, okay, what should I do?
Yeah.
Just give it a try to catch up to the front. So 2 minutes is a lot, but maybe manageable. I went for it for the first 15 to 20 minutes alone on the bike, but once I saw the group coming back from the turn point, I had already 3 minutes, and it increased by 1 minute over around 15 Ks, which was disappointing. And then you see what is happening behind me. So I decided, okay, let's wait for the two people behind me so we can form a group, and then we can, work together. Similar to what the front group has done. But there's like a drafting effect even when you have 12 meters. And it got quite busy on the second loop when all the other athletes joined on the loop. So it got pretty busy out there.
It was a pretty busy course. The T1 exit for the age groupers was crazy.
Quite hectic.
It was hectic. Getting on the bike at the T1 exit, there was so many people, and everyone was avoiding going around cones, and it was just a crazy start.
But you saw some people had the shoes on their bike, but they did not manage to get into the shoes.
So a lot of people had their shoes already on the bike, which is what I seen Matt doing at the start of the day. But I seen a lot of people not being able to get into the shoes.
There are two strategies you can do. So you can put on your shoes on your bike, and then you fix it with a rubber band that they are not falling off or touching the ground once you are carrying your bike to the mountain line. And then you just jump on your bike, and then you should get in your shoes not immediately. So just get your bike rolling, pick up some speed, and once you hit a certain speed which is fine for you, so once you're rolling, then you should start to get into your shoes on your bike when you're comfortable enough. But you saw many people doing the same strategy,
but trying to get in the shoes straight away. So I didn't know if you should get in the shoes straight away, if it's easier getting in the shoes when you're actually moving.
When you put the shoes on your bike, you should increase your speed once you are rolling. Once you are relaxed after around 500 meters or 1K, and then you have enough speed, you keep on rolling, and then you have enough time to get into your shoes. But you should not try to get into your shoes on the very first 100 meters. Just get into your shoes in the transition zone, and then you're hopping on your bike and you're fine. You have already idea what strategy?
I'm definitely just putting on my shoes before. I'm not gonna try the whole clip in and everything. I just put my shoes on.
There's not much of a difference. So, but I think when you're fine, just putting it on in transition, and it will be maybe quicker than somebody else.
Yeah, well, I just won't. I just don't trust myself to try and put shoes on whilst I'm riding the bike. I'd rather just have shoes on, just clip in, just go.
Yeah, but on the dismount line, do you think you will dismount?
I don't know. I haven't. The dismount line, where everyone looks really cool and steps up with one leg. I was like, it would look cool to do that, but I don't think I'll have to practice it a lot.
Yeah, just practice. I think it's all about practice.
Yeah. If I do the dismount with the one leg and it goes over, I don't know. I think I deserve myself an award for that. Because that looks so sick, especially when you guys were all doing it and doing it at pace. It's super quick.
And when you doing all this single leg drop off the bike, make sure to do your first step quite carefully, because maybe your leg will cramp up because you're not running, your legs are in the cycling mode, and you're not used to run straight off the bike. So make sure to do your first step quite carefully.
Yeah.
And
don't fall off.
Don't fall off and don't get a cramp.
Ran through journeys. All of my footage was handheld. I was going to put it on a gimbal, but I decided that the gimbal was probably going to be too heavy to try and run the pace with Matt. We exited T2 flying. Trying to run with the camera at 3:50 pace was very hard. I don't know how long I stayed with you for. I feel why.
I didn't probably stayed too long with me. I was already am I like feeling so bad today that I'm running so slow? Because Brody, he was just running next to me for 1 or 2 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, am I so slow today? Oh, Brody did a good job.
And then I was very, very sore the day after from trying to run at Matt's pace and all the pros' paces.
Yeah, but the pace up in the front was pretty good. There was a nice battle up in the front. So Osborne won, Bishop second, and Gush
third. Yeah. What's the whole idea with training up in the sunny coast? Why is everyone up there at the moment?
The Aussies they're brilliant in swimming, and Australia is just the country of swimming. And I have to improve my swimming, as we saw. I have to improve my swimming to be in the front group and to make a difference in the race. Otherwise, you don't have a chance for a top 5 result. So I have to improve my swimming. That's the reason why I'm spending the European winter in the Aussie summer.
Have you improved much in Australia?
In the pool, 100%.
Yeah.
It's amazing. The sessions it was maybe one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
But so I dropped my pool splits probably pretty good.
Yeah.
But now it's important to transfer these splits into the open water, because it's a big difference swimming in the pool to the open water.
Yeah.
It's more choppy. You have the waves. You have some currents. You have a different kind of buoyancy. So now it's all about transferring these pool splits into the open water. Then I'm fine. But yeah, that would have been the mission for this race. I felt, but yeah, there are other races to come. And
more races to come.
Yeah.
How have you liked Australia?
Oh, Australia is amazing. It's so different.
Yeah.
But it's so far away from everything. It's so far away from Europe, and that's maybe the reason why so less people from Europe are coming to Australia. But it's definitely worth a visit. And when you're staying longer, you're getting to know the locals. You're getting to know to the squads, etc. It's
cool.
Yeah, for us, it's the perfect place to be.
Yes, yeah.
So spending summer in Australia and spending summer in Europe, that would be
the best.
That would be the best.
The best life. Yeah. Any tips for beginners that you would suggest?
I think we mentioned already the most important parts. So I think that the T1 stuff, so putting on your shoes maybe before grabbing your bike, not putting on your shoes when you're not comfortable enough doing this. And the open water training, I think that's also essential. It's so different to the pool.
Yeah.
It's even for me, it's the difference is just so big that it just makes 2 minutes, and that's too much. So definitely I should practice more open water. Definitely have a good nutrition plan, and to practice it in training, and not during your easy rides. Practice it during hard sessions.
I definitely have to practice that more. I practice a lot of my nutrition on my easy rides. So it was an amazing day down at Geelong, and thank you to Craig for letting us film that as well, because without Craig we wouldn't have been able to actually film him. We had a ripping day. It was super fun and pretty cool to see what the pros do and how quick the pros actually go. But yeah, thanks Matt for joining. Thanks Matt for jumping on the channel as well. Head over to his Instagram and YouTube. Post some pretty cool stuff and a lot more cinematic and what I pretty much hope to do. But yeah, this episode's been really great and loved it. And thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you again next week.
Yeah.